Hi, everybody. It is the weekend roundup show for today. It is March 31st, 2023. Tomorrow starts April, and you know it is crossover month. I do want to go over some new stuff that I just want to update you guys on for this weekend and next week. So here is a little look at the layout. Loadout. The, the roundup for today. I can't speak. For today, we'll be talking about next week in terms of a little preview. Podcasting will begin again. We're going to be talking about the YuukiCast and the Mario Yuuki channel. We'll also be talking about the possible split of the scheduling of streams, and we'll be talking about TikTok. I do want to go over next week though. If you are watching streams on the main channel, your schedule looks like this. Except for Thursday, because I'm not sure who I want to play as in VR chat. I will tell you there is a stream this weekend on the 2nd of April. But it's not a regular stream here. This is just a test stream for mobile games. This is to prepare for what could be what we're going to be doing on the anime channel. Or what could be on the main channel as well. We'll be talking about mobile gaming. So like I mentioned in the last roundup, we talked about how you can play Mario Kart, you can play League of Legends, you can play this and that on mobile, and you have a layout for it already because of the vertical plugin from Atom. We'll be talking about more of this in just a moment though. I do want to talk about something that I just thought about in sleep. Tuesday night, however, is the big boy. Or should I say, in this case, the big reveal. That is because we have a new model. Okay, we have a brand new model coming up in VR chat. New character, technically new character. But here's the catch. The hint I'm going to tell you about this particular character. You know her name already. I mentioned her name already in this channel, on this channel. This model is her human form. That is all I'm going to say. I don't want to give away the rest because because the next hint would actually give it away too. Okay? Yeah. Not going to say more. Comment below who you think it is. We're looking for a name I have mentioned in this channel. But this is her human form. Okay? Next, and then on Thursday, we're going to have a VR chat, but I'm not going to mention who it is yet. I have to see if I want to go as this particular character. So, yeah, there's that. Now, on the Mario channel for next week, we have a little bit of an interesting development. So, including today, Friday the 31st, we have Star Road Part 5. Part 6 is on tomorrow. That is tomorrow. 7 is on Monday. We're skipping Sunday because of the mobile testing. And then on Monday, on Tuesday at 11:30 a.m., we have the Part 8. And Part 9 on Wednesday. Now, you may have noticed something here. It looks like the regular schedule. Here's the thing though. There's a little bit of a catch. It's in April. We're already in April and we haven't finished this hack yet. Why am I talking about the timing? That is because in April you have suggested or you have voted for crossover hacks back a few weeks ago. What do I mean by this? So back in a few weeks ago I mentioned a poll and you guys wanted to see crossover Super Mario 64 ROM hacks. For those of you who are not aware, so basically there was a competition on romhacking.com. I'm going to show you guys that in this roundup. So On competitions page, there is a crossover team level competition. And all of these have something to do with a game with Super Mario 64, and it's a crossover. And a few of these will be played live. And some of these, because of our brand new stuff, is going to be played as part of a uploaded series up called Mini Mario 64 ROM hacks. Some of these are going to be played live, some of these are going to be uploaded. And in addition to that, we may include the new competition, Facade competition, which just ended, by the way, called Mario Jam 6. Basically, it's like the competition here was to see if you can get more. How good are you at your ROM hacking? How good are you in ROM hacking Super Mario 64? Or if you're returning to ROM hacking, have you improved your ROM hack? And the team is Facade. The team is Facade. Anything that hides its true identity behind a false appearance, good luck. Okay? It's more of improving your skills as a ROM hacker. Okay? And we're gonna play some of these as well. If if we have the time to do so. Okay? Make sure you guys check this out, and we're gonna play some of these as well. And one of them I'm very interested in, so keep that in mind. We won't know who wins yet until later on, so we'll see. But that is the competition, so we're gonna be playing the crossover. Now, how does this fit into our schedule? Because there's a rule. You may have noticed I stopped scheduling streams past part 9. I actually have a thumbnail already for part 10 if we need it. However, here's the thing. I don't want to play the same game, or in this case the same ROM hack, until we finish it, unless we have to. I don't want to keep playing the same game. And because sometimes we know attention span is short, because that's how people are. The attention span is short, and we don't want to keep playing the exact same particular ROM hack until we beat the game. Now, if I told you guys in particular that we're going to 100% it, then I have to. But in this case, we don't, because I didn't say 100%. The small hacks, yeah, I have to, because it's a small one. But for these big boys, I don't, unless I'm forced to. But when I'm forced to, then who knows how long that's gonna be. You already saw when I played Mario 64 that some days are good days, and some days, like yesterday, was a bad day. Bad day in terms of getting stars. I didn't get stars yesterday until like the final half. It was rough. So you know me as a Mario player. Oh yeah. Oh yes. You know. You know how that feeling is. So that's why there is a limit now. Next week, we don't beat it, we move on. It doesn't matter. We will come back to it when we have to. I'm sorry, but that's the rule. Okay? I just don't want to play the same game all over again. Okay? Now, with that said, though, let's move on to our next topic. Our next topic is this. So, yesterday, actually, let me make sure that I want to touch on that right now. Oh, yes. Let's talk about podcasting, because that's another big boy. So yesterday I had a poll here, and I said, after watching the Roundup, which was the one that said things are about to get wild, what are you guys looking forward to in April besides the Mario, besides the new content? And I would like to reveal our results of said poll. 14% of you guys, combined 28% when we combine it, said that you guys are looking forward to the mobile gaming slash anime gaming as well as the VR chat live streams on the roleplay channel. If you are not aware, we have a roleplay channel for VR chat. I will tell you now, there is a huge shot at getting this back. As in, like, we're roleplaying again. But I'm not telling you when yet. That's still under wraps. But what I can officially reveal is if we go to Retro Yuuki RP, I actually did comparison. I actually did a comparison portion during the roundup yesterday of how my videos, how our videos did there versus how they did in the main channel. For the most part, I believe 80% of them have done better here than on the main channel because of the algorithm I told you guys about yesterday during that roundup. And we'll be talking about algorithms in the YuukiCast Podcast. I'll talk about in a moment. So we're going to start live streaming here in April, most likely after next week. I'm going to wait until we reveal the new model because it's not going to make sense. So the first character that's going to be here on this channel, I will tell you who it is. It is Francis the Wolf. And I think you know why. It just makes sense. It makes sense because he is officially my RP character, at least for now. He's my roleplay character. Number 1. My number 2 roleplay character will be Francis the Hedgehog when it gets in here. They'll both have the same name. So he gets to be the number 1. Francis the Wolf. And he's the first one on this one when we start streaming on this one in 2 weeks. Okay. Now, that's one of the things you guys are looking forward to. Mobile gaming and anime gaming. I talked about this in the roundup yesterday. So what I showed you guys yesterday is I showed you guys that the games on Twitch are also on the mobile app market, as in like the App Store. For example, I showed you guys that Diablo Immortal is on the App Store as well on PC. I also showed that certain games like Dota or like or a variant of Valorant, T3 Arena, Apex Legends is also on the App Store. Same thing on PC. However, I believe Apex Legends is about to go down, as in they're about to close it, from what I heard. Call of Duty has a mobile app, and by the way, apparently a lot of people are starting to like Call of Duty mobile over the COD on the PC, from what I heard. So a lot of people are migrating over to the mobile app, and it makes sense. So I showed you guys this comparison for a reason. And I told you guys the reason why I was showing you guys the phone and the PC and the computer thing was because a lot of gaming nowadays is PC and phone. Okay? A lot of gaming nowadays is PC port and a phone port. Look at Among Us. I know everybody's gonna say sus, but is it sus? Because both of them have some type of phone port. There's a PC game, Among Us. There's a phone port, Among Us. There's now a new game called Goose Duck or something, or some type of game. It's a clone of Among Us, but it's there on the phone too. So you have all these different games on PC migrating over to the phone. You also have the clone games like Goose Goose Hunt or Goose Goose Duck going from the PC also to the phone. So my point for showing you guys this was that there's PC game and now there's a phone game, and where the industry is going nowadays to the phone, and eventually because of VR, all those games might be going to VR. From what I heard, Roblox is one of them. At least from what I heard from our other friend here. So think about it for a moment. Why am I mentioning all this stuff about mobile gaming? Because our podcast, YuukiCast and Mario Yuuki, excuse me, the YuukiCast will be talking about content creation. And I would like to present that channel right now. Well, the technical channel. You see, there is no channel here. I mean, there's no content yet. I'm actually going to rename this to YuukiCast because you guys voted for YuukiCast and not Yuuki's Content Corner. So I'm going to change it. But the idea here is to talk about content creation, the industry of content creation on YouTube, Twitchy, Facebook, and TikTok. Yes, TikTok is included. Oh, and not only that, we'll also be talking about the back end. What goes behind the scenes? We'll also be learning how to analyze graph. I'm going to teach you guys basically how to read graph. Now, I'm not talking about math graph here. No. I'm talking about analytical stuff. So, we're talking about, let's say you want to learn how to read the YouTube Studio. It looks easy. No, it's not. Let me give you an example of what we're going to learn here. Let's look at analytics. It looks simple to read, and it is. But do you know where the numbers come from? Do you know this and that? Do you know how to read stuff? How can we figure out what videos make our channel better? I've been telling you that VR chat was making this channel better. The productions. Am I correct? In a way, yes. In a way, no. Pay attention to the right side of your screen here, for example. You may have noticed something. None of the top 3 top content videos have to do anything with VR chat. In fact, if we take a look at my top content this period in the last 28 days, none of them are VR chat. None. That does not mean VR chat isn't getting content or getting views. Just like last night, our VR chat with Amy Bros had 48 views, which is not bad. However, it's never in the top 10 because the number 10 spot belongs to a tutorial that has 252 views in this period of 28 days. So, what happened to VR chat? Nothing. It's the top live stream content on this channel, but it's not necessarily the top 10 content on the channel. And the number 1 spot belongs to a tutorial called How to Do the Controller Input in Dolphin Emulator, which this tutorial was done last year, by the way. May 19, 2022. Currently in this period, or 28 days, it has 1,310 views. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to consider that this video here was done last year. So May 19, 2023, which is in 2 months by now. It's going to be a year old. So let's take a look at this graph, for example. So I said that earlier, this particular video in 28 days has 1,310 views in the last 28 days. But if we compare it to lifetime since published, which is May 19, 2022, all the way to March 31st, 2023, and still counting, you have noticed that this video has gotten 7,933 views since it was published. So that 1,000 from earlier counts because it's in the last 28 days. They're going to count the last 28 days plus lifetime to get to this number. But here's more. Here is some more analytical, nerdy stuff. And we're gonna learn more about how to read the stuff in the YuukiCast. The hours watched. This is an important metric. Hours watched is now 206.5 hours. How many subscribers did you get from this particular video? 5. Now, because my channel is monetized, I do get revenue from this. And the revenue is officially $3.92. Doesn't sound much. Doesn't sound like much. But I want you guys to remember this. I did not start getting monetized until August of 2022. And we're approaching, August 6th, of 2022. We're approaching the 1-year anniversary of this channel getting monetized. So this was starting to get revenue because of the thingy in November. I started monetizing it. It keeps going up. There you go. And here's some more nerdy stuff. Audience retention. We're going to talk about this as well. So a lot of this stuff that people don't really look into, we're talking about it on YuukiCast. Now, will I have my face, or will I have my avatar? That's up to you guys. I'm letting you guys vote. But the important thing here is we're going to learn and analyze the way that I make videos, as well as how you should try it, and the way I learn about YouTube, the way I learn how to read the graph, and how to read where your audience loves it. Because pay attention for this example. I know I'm going not ranting, but I'm going off on this particular topic because it's going to be part of the YuukiCast podcast. And I want you guys to get a little taste of what we're going to learn. But I'm going to teach you guys a little bit. Look at this very big spike. And I'm not kidding. So at the 1 minute 39 mark, it's 65% above typical retention. Typical retention is like your average. My average right now, in terms of this particular topic, is around the less than 33% now. It's so small. But remember, that's typical retention in terms of videos. So I hit my typical retention in the 45-second mark. I went up to 65 at 1 minute 39. At 1 minute 39, I was talking about how to do the controller input of your Dolphin emulator. Now, obviously, it's going to go down, so don't dwell on it. I finally hit my audience retention again at around the 437 mark, around there. Actually, it was at the 514. That's most likely because I'm almost done, and that's okay. That is okay. And then finally, the video ends, and obviously, I'm gonna hit my retention at some point. You can also learn about your top moment, your spike, which is that particular part. You can have multiple spikes. Let's have a look at them one more, and then we're gonna all go on to the next part. Troubleshooting Mude, number 1. Mude bot tutorials. This is another one I want you to get to do a case study. Kind of like a case study. I will tell you, this particular video has 6,366. Now, have I done Mude for a while? No. Most likely because the bot has not updated. However, that's going to change. But I do want to talk about the analytical side. Look at this. I started this video April 17, 2021. This video is about to be 2 years old. Look at this. Everything except, no, I think everything is above typical. Typical audience. Yeah, everything is above typical audience. Except for the graph. And I understand that. Why? It's not a bad graph. Now, if you have a dip, it means there are skipping or abandoning certain sections. Now, you're going to get dips and you're going to get spike, and that's okay. Sometimes they will skip a section, and that's okay. Because in tutorials, you want to make sure you have a way for people to get around. Because they only want to see certain parts, for example, if they're having a troubleshooting. Okay? We're going to do another troubleshooting video soon. Been a while since I did these. Oh boy, you guys get ready. So that's how it works. So we're going to read this. Well, we're going to talk about reach. We're talking about engagement. Now, no matter what happens, most of my dislikes, believe it or not, are in tutorial videos. But it's expected. Okay? It's expected. Sometimes it goes like that. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. You know why? Sometimes it will happen. Sometimes it doesn't. There's no perfect video. Nothing is perfect here. Ever. But if your engagement is high, have fun because you want to keep that engagement high no matter what. That's the secret here. Okay? And we'll be talking about this more in YuukiCast. What about MarioCast? MarioCast is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to be talking about Mario stuff. And even my own experiences about Mario. I got some stories for you. I got some stories for you about Mario. Now, I'm talking about stories about my own experience with Mario. We may even talk about reacting to the Mario movie or something. But I want to talk about my experiences with Mario, why I play Mario, how I grew up with Mario, my experiences playing Mario Party, and all that. Yeah, Mario Party. We're talking about Mario Party on this thing. So that's the Mario cast. And finally, let's talk about TikTok. Oh, I actually forgot one thing. The schedule splits. Okay. The schedule splits for Anime Yuki and Mario Yuki. Okay. I want to go over this in my next roundup. I'm going to save it because it might be a complicated issue depending on what happens next week. However, I do want to talk about TikTok because I have a little bit of a idea. If Mario games, if the Nintendo DS can do vertical, because the Nintendo DS is vertical. And I showed you yesterday that you can do a vertical game, a vertical DS. And all you have to do is watch yesterday's roundup. So over here, around over here. So I showed you the phone. Now I showed you a DS game. No, you're not. You're not. Your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, I am playing a Nintendo DS game, and it fits. Only exception was the bar in the application, the the emulator. Thank you, Melon DS, for allowing this to happen. The Melon DS has a vertical setup and a horizontal setup for your emulation of Nintendo DS games. Easily, we can do shorts. Easy. Because it's already formatted for short. The only thing is you have to keep it under a minute. So we're going to see what we can do with that. Now, keep in mind that we can also go live on TikTok. But here's the catch. I think from rules, we need 1,000 followers. I think from the rule. At least for like with a stream key. Now, I can go live on TikTok, but then what am I going to go live with on the phone? That's the caveat. So we're gonna see what I'm gonna do first with TikTok and gaming. I'm gonna give you guys a hint. I may be going over to recording stuff off camera and then just putting it on TikTok. I'm thinking about that. But I'm going to be very cautious with that for now. I'm gonna see what I wanna do with my setup. Because I don't want to just do things just to do things. I want to do things for you guys because you guys enjoy. Not because I'm enjoying. I want you guys to enjoy the content that we are providing. I enjoy making content. But there's a rule. Are you enjoying the content? Because the rule is YouTube is more of community tube. If you enjoy the content that a content provider, content creator is making, then you come back to that content creator. But if you do not enjoy the content making by the content creator, then you leave. That is the golden rule. So, what am I saying here? What am I saying here? You might be asking. I don't want to just create content that is just going to be, oh, here we go again with the game. Okay. What else without a game? With it, what else? That's why I'm thinking of something cool. I'm not gonna tell you what it is until I could go over it. So that's the roundup. We'll see you guys in about 35 minutes. For part 5 of Mario. Oh yeah, here we go. Enjoy. We'll see you guys in 35.